This is 7.3, linear functions. So the vertical line test is something we can use to test if a graph is a function or not. So it tests to see if it's a function. So here I have a graph of a line. And the vertical line test says that if I can draw a vertical line through any point on this graph and it will cross only one time, it will never cross twice, then it passes the vertical line test and is therefore a function. So this is a function. Here on this line, even though it's not a straight line, it passes the vertical line test. Each one only crosses once. Second, here we have a graph that is shaped kind of like a C. And I can see that the vertical line will cross twice. And so it doesn't matter where else on the graph. If it crosses twice or more than once at any point, this is not a function. Here I have a horizontal line, and this is a function. It passes vertical line test. And I have this vertical line here. If I draw a vertical line to use the vertical line test, that line passes through all points on the graph. And so this would have repeated inputs because they would all be the same input. So this is not a function. We can also tell if something is a function or not based on the equation of that line. So earlier we talked about that if we can write it as slope-intercept form, and it has a regular x, like no exponents, we're not dividing by x, then it is a linear function. So if I subtract x and I have slope-intercept form here, this is a function. We can write it in y equals mx plus b, and I do not have any exponents or weird things going on with x. Here I have x squared plus y equals 12, and because x squared has an there's an exponent here, this is not a function. And on this last one, I have x times x plus y equals 12. This is not a function because if I were to solve for y, I would get x squared plus xy equals 12, and that exponent shows it is not a function.